somebody just to find out that it didn't make you feel better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Hello, Hooters. Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the channel. I am OriginalOWL. If you're new here, thank you all so much for being here this evening. This stream has been a long time coming. My heart is beating so fast. I'm trying to make sure that everything is perfect and you can hear everything and see everything because this stream is so important to me. I kept the setup the way that I did it on Christmas Eve because I kind of like this setup. Rocky's able to jump up on the bed and you guys can see him, and I just like the change. So I think we're going to keep it this way for a little bit or just switch back and forth between the two. But yeah, this kind of works because I need to be able to look at my board here with my talking points to make sure that I don't forget anything. I think we look good. The light's a little bit bright. Let me fix that. We don't need to be too overexposed, but I also, like it bright in here. Okay. I'm going to say hello to everybody before we get started. Of course, everybody get onto live chat so that you don't miss any of the comments. Live chat. If you need links to support, links to join the channel, they are down below in the description. And sometimes
Look, here's
moving
my pussy, give me money.
About the chat sometimes. And what I'm going to do today, if the donations start getting crazy, I will mute it while we're making our point. And then at the next good place to stop, we'll stop and read them. Okay. I just want to make sure that I give this stream the attention that it deserves and that I don't get too sidetracked with things. I want to keep it light. As you just saw, I have updated.
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
All alerts and all member exclusive emojis. I have changed just for this stream. So let me read off those two first. Katie Alexis has been a member for 12 months. Hope you and your family had a wonderful Christmas. I did, Katie Alexis. I really did. Thank you for saying hello and being here today. Yeah, see, like this is going to start going.
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
So I'm going to mute it for a second so that I can read all of these and just say thank you so much to everybody coming through. I assume that this might happen. So I'm going to start saying hello. And when I get down to all of these, I'm just going to read them off as we go. Okay. Because I see them just boom, boom, boom coming up. Here, I'll let it sound while I'm saying
Look,
hello.
Here's my pussy. Give me money.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
Maybe I'm not going to be able to. Okay, I'll not unmute it right now. Okay. Hello, Dr. Cringe. I see you out there. Speedy Smoke, T, The Girds Fiend, Donis, Let It Go. All my members. I'm so glad to see you. Smelly Cat, Maureen the Knitta, Paige Loveless. Maureen, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so sorry, guys, if I'm taking a lot of drinks. I should not have brushed my teeth right before the stream because they haven't settled yet. You guys know, if you know, you know. David Metis, hello. Lady Starfire, Oblivious Kate, Dixie Normus, Jane Doe, Courtney Boucher, good to see you. Is AP here? Yes, he is. Adonis Paul, good to see you in the chat. I'm glad that you made it. DeVeo Greg, Dr. Cringe, I got you. Saint Deke Wilkins, I think I saw you get a membership. I'm pretty sure I saw that name come up. Smelly Cat, hello again. Randy Marsh in the chat, my favorite character on South Park. Glory B, Living Lovely, always good to see you, my love. Dirt Nasty Civilian, Paige Loveless, Just a Girl You Used to Know, Brain Fogging, you guys were chatting away. Tammy Ripley, Rebecca Somebody, Denny Tricks, Carrie C, good to see you. Tango Bliss, my mod, and Rose, my two beautiful, wonderful mods. Thank you so much for being here. Wiggle Bumps, hello. Nice to see you. I love all the new names. Half Light, thank you for being here to support Britch Brenda, one of my girls in blue. Thank you so much. Outlaw Josie Wales. All right, Nikki Hansen. I think I'm nearing the bottom. Turnish. Did I say that right? It already passed. Speedy Smoke. Rose, if you think that the chat needs to be slowed down at any point, you should have the ability to do that now. I upgraded your, whatever. I updated your mod abilities so that you're able to slow the chat down if it's too much for you. The Water Wolf, yes, good to see you. Jack Burton, hello, my love. Damon Salimi, hello. Christy, Nikki T. As you can see, I have my Justice for Roberta Laws shirt on that I designed myself and a few people bought. We got I think $50, about $50 towards the transcripts came from the merch. The link is still down below. You can still purchase this shirt. So the link is down below for that. And let me just double check that I got these because I did miss all these things that came up. Corey Thompson for $9.99. Thank you, my love. Rose, thank you so much for gifting 5 OriginalOWL memberships. Thank you so, so much. Let me go over. Crash Cooter Coot. Enjoy the show, Adrasdea. We know you're watching. Thank you, Crash Cooter Coot. Christy gifted 1 OriginalOWL membership. Thank you so much, Christy. Half-Light gifted 5 OriginalOWL memberships. Thank you guys so much for gifting the memberships. That helps us so much. And yes, the member exclusive emojis. I don't think that I have a thing to put those up on the screen right now, but we do have 3 that are specific to this stream. Let me see if I left that up. Oh, I did. Here, I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I came prepared. I usually try to. Try is the key word here. Okay, so we've got 3 new member specific or member exclusive emojis, 3 new ones for this stream. And here they are in all their glory. And the 3 new ones are the candle, for Roberta, just light a candle for her. You're going to learn more about Roberta today. That's how we're going to start off, by learning a little bit more about Roberta. And we'll get into all of that. But the other one is a justice symbol. That's like the little scale that shows equal weights. That's a new one. And the Robin, because all of Roberta's closest friends called her Robin. So I thought it would be nice to do a Robin emoji for my members.
Just to find out that it didn't make you feel better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Good timing with that one, Crash. That's one of my new alerts. That is actually the catalyst of why these transcripts got ordered. If she had never uttered that phrase, I don't know if everybody saw it. Oh, people are starting to donate again. Let me mute it so that I can get to this and keep going. Yeah, I think I made it a specific, yes. We remember this, right?
Just to find out that it didn't make you feel better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Remember that as we're going through this, okay? So, I already went over that I'll be pausing alerts. I first discovered Adrasdea not too long after Leticia, Love Notes for TLC, whenever I found Adonis Paul, who just donated. So let me read his. Kind of hard for this, not gonna lie. Make your fellow F4 people proud. Thank you, AP. I'm so glad you're throbbing for this. I'm gonna do you proud, I promise. There we go. Thank you, members, for using your new emojis. Thank you. Oh, okay, so exciting. So yeah, I found her shortly after Leticia because I watched AP's series, and I've always felt some type of way about her. Back early on when I first came back, I actually did a parody. My first parody back was of Adrasdea, and I parodied her not being able to find a toilet during the pandemic. And I also removed all of the furnishings from my living room so that I could make it look like her unfurnished welfare apartment. So that was one of my first parodies when I came back, when I found her. And so that, along with my weird obsession for dissecting court records and publicly available court records, made it a perfect match. I was very interested in her story the more that she got into it. But like I said, it wasn't until December 2022 that she really put herself on my radar whenever she said that killing someone just to find out it didn't make you feel any better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way. And in my mind, she would never have said that if she didn't experience it. You wouldn't know that that's a hard thing to go through unless you experienced it. Like no normal person that hasn't experienced that would ever say that. What she said about it being hard to learn if you kill someone to feel better and you don't, that's a hard thing. Like that's a crazy thing to say. And she said it right before she went offline, pretending to be dead for a month. She faked that she was going to end her own life. So I believe, I mean, I'm not in her head. I can't say for sure whether or not she thought she would go through with it after saying that. But to me, she was saying that maybe intending to, you know, think she wouldn't be around, or at least thinking she wasn't going to come back to the internet because she didn't really post anything for that entire month. And I thought she might have done it. I was getting worried whenever she had no social media presence anywhere for like a couple weeks. I got worried. So yeah, that's what really put me on to her case with Kenneth whenever she said that, because no normal person would ever say that. So yeah, after that, I started delving deeper into the court docs, and before I had only seen what was posted by other people, like the few motions that were done throughout the trial that you were able to get publicly online. And I started going through, at that point, I started going through and literally just clicking one by one, PDF after PDF, and downloading and reading every single word of these, like in between all of these legal mumbo jumbo jargon, like procedural bullshit that they would do for any murder trial. There were these explosive moments that show that this wasn't an ordinary murder trial.
I could have money selling my tits if I was allowed to sell them.
Thank you, David DiDomenici. Al, you're the fucking best. Down with Murderous Mary. Thank you, David. And like I said, though, this really is not for or about Mary to me. This is about Roberta and wanting to know what really happened to her. It truly is. Like I want you guys to know that I am sincere when I say that. Okay, so let me bring up one of the files that I'm going to talk about. I'm sure that if you've been watching this journey with me, that you've probably saw this before. Yeah. The motion to compel the turnover of Mary's computer. I'm going to bring it up for you guys. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. I want to be able to see. I have notes in the side that I want to be able to see, but I want you to just be able to see the clean screenshot. So let me make sure that happens for you. There we go. So yeah, you most likely saw this. Let me get rid of these member emojis, put them like over here or something. You guys get it. You guys know what the emojis are. Actually, let me just get rid of that. I knew that I wouldn't want that up there forever. I want it to be clean. I want you to be able to see what I want to show you. So you're familiar with this document, the motion to compel turnover of the computer. And it talks about Mary and Roberta being roommates and all of that. And then if you look down here, it says, during the deposition, of Clay County Sheriff's Officer Sergeant Joey Jett, one of the lead investigators in the above-styled case, revealed that over 6 months prior, a deputy, R.G. Monson, was attempting to remove the hard drive from Mary Barone's computer when he did something which caused the computer to catch fire and smolder. Monson declared the computer a total loss, and the sheriff's office paid Mary funds necessary for the purchase of a new computer. So yeah, that's weird in itself. They wanted to use things from her computer, her laptop, for evidence, and the laptop ends up getting blown up, which doesn't mean that they didn't have access to email still. Obviously, email isn't just on one computer, but nevertheless, there were probably things on that computer that were only in that computer, like maybe that pushed it over the top, even from what it is already. Like this case is already weird over the top. And another thing is that the judge in this case, let me pull up this article for you guys so that you can read along with me. Oh, so many bookmarks. Yeah, I can speak. Okay. Get rid of all the ads. They always post a bunch of ads on these articles. All right, let me open this up for you. Law and Disorder. Judge has short reply to State Attorney Corey criticism. Tea. Some legal tea. One moment. It's coming. There we go. All right, so here's that article. The judge was widely and publicly criticized because he did his rolling so quick on this. Usually a judge will take the jury's recommendation and they'll ponder over it for a couple weeks until the sentencing hearing. But this judge decided to sentence Kenneth to life instead of death against the jury's recommendation. They recommended 8 to 4 death penalty. The judge, right after the jury deliberated,
my tits if I was allowed to sell them.
Oh, running the train. Don't yet. Oh my God. Happy New Year, Al. I hope this drives Mary insane. I love you, running the train, and I'm so glad you're enjoying this already. I haven't even brought anything out yet, but trust me, it's going to be good. Thank you so much. So much. That will help so much in the coming months as we continue this journey. Thank you, Chase. I'm glad that I left the alerts on for that. Thank you, my love. Whew. So yes, a state attorney actually criticized the judge publicly for overriding the jury's death sentence recommendation. It says it right here. For a man who had strangled his wheelchair-bound girlfriend has offered a limited response to the criticism. So he's not really saying anything about it. The court has reviewed the state's notice of objection. The court recognizes that reasonable people may disagree as to the facts and the application of those facts to the law, reads the one-paragraph filing by Judge John Skinner. So it was Judge John Skinner. I'm sorry that woman's, that's nobody involved with this. It's just the article, and I apologize for that. But I wanted to be sure that you guys saw that article. So this was not a typical case whatsoever. None. So the further I got into it, starting to get court documents that aren't publicly available, the weirder it gets. And even the attorneys that worked this case don't understand how certain people walked out of that courtroom, walked in and out, and like it never happened. I'm like, it is mind-boggling. I'm even more confused than I was before I got the damn transcripts, but I'm glad that we're getting them now and that we're actually getting somewhere. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Bean Burrito. I've had devices burst into flames before when I tried to open them up. They do say you're not supposed to open up phones. You're not supposed to open up computers by yourself because of the chance of getting shocked or fire. I mean, there's warnings all over things. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I just thought that they would be, they do it all the time. They're cops that open up computers for a living. So that was crazy to me that her computer blew up in the middle of a murder trial. But the first thing that we're going to go into, as I said, is the entire reason that I wanted to do this case. Members, let's get some candles in the chat, please, for Miss Roberta Laws, a.k.a. Robin, to her closest friends, which she had many of. And I am emotionally involved in this video and in this trial. I just am. I really feel like I want to do Roberta justice, because it doesn't make sense why she was taken from this world by people that were supposed to love her. It just doesn't make any sense. So she had several friends, even though Mary tried to convince us that she had nobody. She was nobody. That's a quote, by the way. Was nobody, is nobody. One of those friends was her neighbor's daughter, Roxanne. And I would like to read Miss Roxanne's beautiful impact statement that she read for Roberta that day. And I hope I do it justice. It is a very, very sweet testimony to Roberta. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot, because we're going to start open up some of the records that I received. And I'm very glad that information about Roberta was included in this first batch, because that's what this is all about. This is about Roberta and finding out what really happened to her that day. So I'm really glad that this was in the first batch of transcripts that I got. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. These are the official transcripts. And like I said, these are some impact statements about Roberta. I'm so sorry. My mouth's so dry and I don't want to be making weird noises
killing
into the
somebody
mic.
just to find out that it didn't make you feel better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Spider McGee got in right before I muted. I'm going to mute donations just for now, and then at the next point that we can stop, I'll read anything that comes through. I will make sure everybody's. Chrissy, thank you for gifting memberships. The people that got them, congratulations. Okay, so I muted that way we don't get interrupted. So the first friend is Miss Roxanne, and I am going to read you her little testimony after I burp like a gross person. Okay. I, Roxanne, would like to express my opinion on a very good-hearted woman named Roberta Laws, Robin as I know her. I met Robin when I was 19 years old. She was on her way to Food Lion in her wheelchair with her husband, Gary Laws, when stopped to introduce herself to me and my older two boys. Ever since that day, the boys and I have a close friendship with Robin until she moved out to Orange Park, Florida. But before she moved out to Orange Park, she was a very sweet person. In the year of 1999, before my third son was born, I lived with Robin for 6 months because I hit a hard spot in my life at the time and pregnant. Robin offered me to stay with her so I could get back on my feet. In the time of living with Robin, we built our friendship stronger. I had a vehicle, therefore I would take her to visitations to visit her daughter Christian. That was her happiest day of the week. They would, read books, play games. Robin would even get out on the playground and push Christian on the swings. Robin even had me teach her how to put her makeup on. It was so cute when she came out and had on her makeup and her eyeshadow. It was sky blue and bright, but she didn't care because she knew how to put it on now. And once she started to do so much more for herself, that the state had gotten her a wheelchair efficiency apartment, which she loved. She learned how to cook, clean, take care of herself. Right before she got the apartment is when she met Kenneth, which I know is Ray. All right, so keep that in mind. She knows Kenneth as Ray. The last time I seen Robin was about 5 years ago. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. She was with Ray. They stayed for about an hour. I don't know if you all have ever lost someone who is special the way Robin is to my family. It makes me regret having to leave to go to work. For Robin to only be able to have a short time to spend with us on that day, but being a manager of Waffle House, I had to go to work. The last words from Robin was, "I am so proud of you, Roxanne." On that day, my last words to Robin were, "Thank you. I will never get to tell Robin anything else." So that was Roxanne's statement about Roberta. Okay. I'm sorry. All right, so the next friend is a name some of you will recall, Miss Nellie. We talked about Nellie before. About a month ago, Nellie was mentioned, and for whatever reason, Mary uploaded a video not only using the wrong name, but going the extra yard and assuring everybody that Nellie had since passed away, which is a flat out lie. She is not passed away. She is very much alive and well. And Nellie also wrote a statement for her friend Robin, who was stolen from her. And I would like to read that now. And it's very emotional. I'm just warning you that it just gets worse as we go. All right. Let's continue. This is Miss Nellie, a friend of Roberta, again. Did you prepare a statement to express to the court how her loss has affected you? Yes, sir, I did. If you would read that statement, please. Dear Judge Skinner, my name is Nellie, and I am writing you this letter to let you know a little bit about Roberta Laws, who I knew as Robin. In some of my memories in our lives together, one thing that always comes to mind when I think of her is what a great person she was. I was in middle school the first time I remember her. I remember going to her house almost every morning to drink coffee before school. I was 15 years old when I became a mother of my own for the first time. My son's name is Jacob, and during this time, we moved in with Robin and Gary. Robin was very funny and made me laugh all the time, even though she was in a wheelchair. It didn't stop her from living her life. She was always a fun-loving person no matter what life threw at her. I remember the time when Robin taught me to cook. She always made me feel good and loved like I was one of her own children. I remember helping Robin get ready for classes that she had to attend to get her baby back after she had a divorce. I remember this was back in the 90s and she's severely disabled with cerebral palsy, so I understand why the husband would initially be granted full custodial rights to the child. Just know that she didn't hurt her child or anything. She just wasn't equipped to take care of her child by herself without someone there to help. I don't know why Gary left, but it wasn't long after that Robin met Kenneth McBride. I'm not sure how Robin met him, but I always thought Kenneth made her happy. In the beginning of their relationship, Kenneth would bring Robin over lots to see us, but after a while, she stopped coming over as much, and we would only see her on holidays. It got to where we didn't see her at all when they moved to Middleburg. As time went by, I went on in my life and ended up having my second child. Robin has never met my daughter. Now all I can do is close my eyes and remember Robin's smile and her laugh and try to tell myself she's in a better place. Robin's murder has hurt me in so many ways. I try to think that this is all a dream, but it's not, because I'm writing this letter to tell the court about the type of person Robin was. I found out about Robin's murder on the news. I heard a story about a murder and a woman had not been identified. When they showed her picture, I knew that it was Robin. I called the news to tell the news that I knew who she was, and they told me to call the police. I was the person that went to the police station to identify her body. I wish now that I had never had to do that. I can't see Robin anymore. I can't talk to her. She can't see my children grow up. She can't do anything, and this hurts me so bad. It hurts to find out about her death on the news. I feel like I am her voice, and I am talking for her. And I know she would say that she loves us very much and wishes she could be here to see us grow up and have a great life. And as I close this letter, I hope you all get to feel a little bit of her love and laugh and remember about her. Okay. Keep it together, Al. All right. So that was Miss Nellie that we spoke about, that Mary assured us was passed away now. She's not. And she was a very close friend of Roberta's until Roberta was taken from her. And she regularly visited her and spent time with her. So unlike Mary says that Roberta was nobody and she had nobody, Roberta had a very full life before Mary and Kenneth got involved in it. And I'm so glad that this first batch of the transcripts told us the stories about Roberta, because she clearly was a caring and innocent woman who just wanted to be one of the girls, one of the women, be a girlfriend, a mother, a sister. Like, she never complained that she had cerebral palsy. She had a real diagnosed thing wrong with her. And she adapted and she kept pushing, which is a lot more than I can say for the woman who insisted Roberta be taken from the world. A lot more. And I made a special point to make sure you know what an innocent soul this woman was before I tell you the truth about what was done to her by two selfish and depraved people. Two people who Roberta loved and trusted. Two depraved people that Roberta unfortunately made the mistake of loving and trusting. And if one of those things wasn't bad enough, one of them went on then to distort the reality and include Roberta in her erotic fiction fucking novel, I'll Never Stop Screaming. So when Mary says shit like this,
imagine being murdered and 20 years later, people are profiting off of it.
Yeah, imagine that, right? Imagine being murdered and 20 years later, someone writes a fiction novel with sex scenes in it and stupid shit added to it. You literally went and read a romance novel and then mimicked it in yours. And you're going to see that because we're going to open up the novel, just the section that we need to that pertains to the transcripts that I'll be showing today. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening about Roberta, because that is the most important part of all of this. I don't know JJ Stoner. I don't know who's making all this money off of this. I know I've only spent money on this and had wonderful people join in the movement with me and help me along with those costs, but I've never made a penny of profit off of it in any way, and I won't, because I'm going to continue paying for information from this trial until all of my questions are answered by the transcripts, not by Mary anymore. So yeah, imagine being killed and then someone writes a book about your murder, knowing what happened in the, like, Mary was there for what we're about to find out. I know we weren't there and we don't know what it was, but how dare she, and how stupid of her to think that she could go write a book to try to get victimized or be victimized with everybody and have everyone feel bad for her, knowing that you can look and see what happened in the trial. She might not know that you can order transcripts, but for God's sakes, she knows what happened. Oh, yes. And so I found something very interesting. I'll pull up the book, but I'm also going to pull up this screenshot that I'd never seen until yesterday. So this is like a rare screenshot. Oh, why did I open up that part anyways? Get out of here. Okay. Screenshot. This was right after the murder trial ended. Oh, did I screenshot it on my... No, it couldn't have been on my phone. Hold on, guys. Maybe I already moved it over to the other folder so that I could show it. Did I? Yes, I did. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's not Facebook. Where is that post? I'm sorry, guys. I have a screenshot of one of her old Facebook posts, and now I have to find where I put it because it is not where I thought it was. That is so strange. There it is. My gosh, that would have been embarrassing. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm darting my eyes across the screen too fast. All right, let me switch this. Okay, here is that screenshot right here. This is off of her Facebook. Credit goes to a Kiwi Farms user that happened to grab this before Mary has since deleted all of her Facebook, I think from like 2017 and before. She deleted everything, but this is one of her posts that was archived February 12th. So she gave her testimony on February 8th. I've now been told February 8th is when she gave her testimony. So this was 4 days later, before the verdict even happened. The trial is finally behind me, waiting on the verdict now, but my part is finished. My boyfriend couldn't handle my emotions over the murder, so I'm single again. Anyway, I'm trying to be happy, and I want to go out and celebrate. If anyone wants to join me, let me know. Thank you to everyone who stood by me when I needed it. And to those who didn't, I wish them a happy life. And I'm content that they are no longer in mine. So a little bit of smugdrasdea for you. All the way back in 2011, 4 days after she testified in a murder trial that I'm about to show you. So yeah, I really wanted to bring that up for you. And now I'm going to bring up the screenshots I need of the book. All right. So yes, Mary went on to write a book, which she publicly published it, and she shared it on her Facebook page and shared it on her social media. She talked about it. She did not try to hide that she wrote this book at all. Not at all. All right, let's pull the book up. Oh, this is the book, isn't it? Great. So if you direct your eyes over here to the word murder. This is the fiction part of the book that I mentioned a few minutes ago. All right, let's do this. The book. Hey, behind blue eyes. Hello to everybody that has come in. Please hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here. Right after this, we're going to move over to the transcripts. Don't worry, we are getting there. I just wanted to give you a nice full show. And anyone that happens to find this that hasn't watched Mayo or hasn't watched my other streams, hopefully they get a crash course and understand. I just wanted it to be as factual as possible. All right, here we go. This is where it really went downhill for me. I was okay. I was still okay at this stage. I wasn't drinking or doing drugs. Oh, yes, I forgot. Before we read this would be a great time to show you guys Mary's response to me. I watched this with my members on Christmas Eve, but I didn't get to watch it with my full audience. Mary did respond to me saying that I had the transcripts and letting my audience know that I had them.
Okay.
And this was her response. This is important for me to show you as well before we move on to the transcripts. It definitely is. So this was 2 days after I got the transcripts, I think, maybe.
I'm going to make a one-time blanket statement about this situation. Because people are coming in my comments and saying the transcripts are in.
Oh, Rocky's
You're
here.
done for now. I have no comment. I have absolutely nothing to say about the murder that happened in 2009. I'm done talking about it. I'm done commenting on it. I'm done living in 2009. I was a different person. I was unmedicated. And I was oftentimes psychotic because I was unmedicated and just coming out of traumatic situations with my childhood, my husband.
Are you sure? Do you remember what I just read?
My brain was not functioning properly.
Oh, her brain wasn't functioning. Your brain wasn't.
I'm working now on having a functional brain so that I can have a semi-normal life. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life answering for things that happened in the past. So, there you have it.
There you have it.
That's all I'm going to say. It was my past. It's in the past. I don't remember a whole lot of it. And I'm not going to live there for the rest of my life. And I'm not going to answer for it for the rest of my life. You can ask all you want, and I'm sure you will. I'm ignoring it from here on.
She's ignoring it from here on. Okay. Wow, that's quite a stark difference from what we usually we can't get her to shut up about the murder. I mean, we got 7 videos in a row just because I posted a picture of myself in my underwear and my Roberta merch. AP. Yeah. That was maddening. Knowing what I had read in those transcripts already and her saying this is what you're going with. After also, let's go back to the book again, that first sentence I read. This is where it really went downhill for me. I was still okay at this stage. I wasn't drinking or doing drugs. I avoided that life because I saw what it did to my family, and I was determined to not be like them. Okay, Mary. Living with Mima as an adult was hard. She didn't seem to want me to grow up. She bought my clothes, told the stylist what to do with my hair. She told me what to wear and what to do, and I followed orders miserably, feeling like nothing mattered. No one was ever going to love me. I would be in and out of mental hospitals and given a new diagnosis. Now they thought I was schizoaffective and heavily medicated me to control my behavior. Thank you for subscribing, Captain Nahab. I don't know what that means, but thank you for subscribing. Let me get my tab back up. All right. I stopped taking the pills. I hated sleeping all the time and feeling groggy and sick when I was awake and felt like my life wasn't going to go anywhere on them. I started looking for love again, needing to leave Mima's and be independent again. I posted on Craigslist and got a few responses. Went on a few dates. Nothing panned out very well till I met him in all capital letters. And then no capital letter for he, the start of the sentence. He was older than me, but I didn't care about age. I just wanted someone to love me. He claimed to be a millionaire and would buy me gifts and expensive meals. Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit that she expects people to believe. By the way, she has scrubbed this book from the internet. You can no longer buy this book. He would put me in a long stay hotel room and visit daily for sex and pillow talk. Tell me you copied shit out of a fucking 90s romance novel without telling me you copied shit out of an old 90s romance novel. Pillow talk. He would hold me for hours and tell me fantastic stories about being a vigilant. I assume she meant vigilante. How he helped people when the police couldn't. How he had killed people. How he was part of a gang of men that would protect each other. I should have been scared, but by his telling those people deserved to die. Ugh. He asked me to marry him and made big plans, taking me to jewelry stores and having me try on wedding gowns. I didn't have a proper wedding the first time, and I became mesmerized at the idea of me wearing this beautiful dress and standing up in front of his family and friends, and finally being a real person, finally being loved. I had dreams of what our life would be like. Then one night, everything changed. He had taken me to his home for a month. Listen closely here. Very, very great part of the book here. He had taken me to his home for a month, which I'm going to remind you now, Roberta Laws, in a wheelchair, fully grown woman, lived in the house with them. So there's no hiding a fully grown woman with cerebral palsy. Okay. Taking me to his home for a month. We lived together happily. I cleaned and cooked while he worked. He came home one day and said, "Pack your stuff." He drove me back to Mima's in tears, begging him to explain. He loved me madly just a few hours before, and I couldn't understand what I did wrong. He just said it was over. I could never see him again. I was heartbroken and desperate. How could this happen? What did I do? What could I do? I couldn't just let him go. He was my chance at a normal life. He was my dream. He was my everything at that time. All my thoughts revolved around him, and now suddenly I meant nothing. I wasn't having it. See that nice little sentence there? I sat in my room and cried and contemplated suicide for hours till the rage inside me just exploded. I needed to know why he had done this, and I needed to know right then. I got my keys and took off to his house, middle of the night, driving half blinded with rage and sadness. It felt like I arrived in seconds. I stormed to the door and knocked, and a woman in a wheelchair answered. He came up behind her quickly and stepped out to talk to me. Do you remember just a couple paragraphs ago that she had already lived with Kenneth for a month in his home at this point? But somehow now we need to go back and know. She doesn't know that there was a handicapped woman living in the house. How would she know that? She just lived there for a month. Everything he had told me was a lie. His name, his age, his fictional or his financial status. And that woman was his fiance of 10 years. I was dumbfounded. He cried and apologized and said he really did love me, that it was only supposed to be for a couple dates, and then he got obsessed with me and couldn't stop. Oh, he said he needed to lie to her about why I was there because it would hurt her to know the truth. You hearing this? He told her I was responding to a Craigslist ad for a caregiver job to help her while he was at work. I went with it, expecting to just leave and not return. The next day, I got a call from her. She really liked my interview and wanted me for the job. I didn't know what to say. I had experience because she had cerebral palsy, not even as bad as Bubba's. Bubba is Mary's little brother who also had cerebral palsy. She could talk and walk a little and needed very minimal help, but she was lonely and wanted a female friend more than anything. Well, fuck. Thank God you were there, Mary, right? To be this friend to her. Not wanting to live with Mima and thinking a job was a job, I agreed and he came to pick me up. We talked on the ride and agreed our relationship was over. I was there to care for her. That didn't last. Within a week of me getting there, he was trying to have sex. I refused, reminding him he had a fiance. He started saying he didn't love her and wanted me, that he would put her in a nursing home and be with me. We argued a lot. I threatened to leave, and he would back down and cry and beg me to forgive him. He would claim to be obsessed with me, saying he couldn't think about anything else. I became uncomfortable, and when my birthday arrived, I decided to end it. Here we go, folks. Her birthday. Her birthday is the day that Roberta lost her life. On Mary's birthday, Roberta's fiance decided to take Roberta's life. I'm going to go over to the chat real quick. We're at a stopping point. Make sure I got everything. Christy, my love for all your hard work. Love you, Al. Thank you so much, Christy, for the 5 and for the gifted Original Owl membership. Thank you so, so much for that. Lumpy Space, good to see you. Beth Roche, you made it. Good to see you. Sam Stutler, Special Umbreon. We are all vultures. Thank you guys for being here so, so much. Great to see you all. I just want to make sure I say hello. There's a lot of people here. Well, YouTube doesn't want me to scroll through my chat, though. So what am I going to do about that? How about we refresh it? The fire whistle's going off, too. I apologize. Okay, I'm just going to keep reading since my chat wants to be stupid. I really hope it comes back soon. We'll take care of it. Okay, here we go. Mary's birthday. Why can I not see my chat? I refreshed. There we go. I want to be able to see it. Okay, back to the book. I'm sorry. Hi, Silvana. Okay. Stop pulling up the wrong thing. Okay. Birthday. He took me to Mima's to celebrate. She took us out to eat. And when we got back, I told him to just leave me there. I didn't care about the things I left or the money he owed me. I just wanted to go back to living with Mima. He grabbed my arm tight and whispered to me that if I didn't get into his truck, he would kill Mima. We argued the whole ride back. At one point, I attempted to jump from the moving vehicle. He pulled me back in and pulled out a knife he said he would use if I tried that again. He said he was going to take care of everything. Spoiler, Mary didn't tell the police any of this. None of this was on the initial police report at all. I cried and begged to just be let go. When we got there, he said to stay put, and if the door is open, the alarm will sound and I would be killed. I did as I was told. I sat in the truck staring at the house for nearly an hour. I would contemplate jumping out and trying to get away and think about him shooting me or sending his friends after me. I was afraid I would put Mima in danger. He threatened to hurt her already and knew where she lived. She trusted him, and I knew if I got away, she would be his first stop. I waited anxiously till he came back. He took my hand and softly said he had a gift for me and led me inside into her room. She was lying on her stomach, her hands and feet tied to the posts. I can't fucking believe you wrote a book about this, Mary. She was naked and her head was turned to face the door. He had ripped a t-shirt and tied it over her eyes and mouth. There was a stuffed animal under her that was soaked in blood. Her face was blue-purple except for the lines over her eyes and mouth where the blindfold and gag had been. After he removed them, those areas were bright white. He had strangled her with a vinyl rope after making love to her. One eye had burst and blood had come from her mouth, eyes, and nose. I didn't scream, I didn't run, I didn't cry, I didn't process what was happening. I went completely blank and just stared. I would remember her face for the rest of my life. I would see it in my dreams. Good. He told me to do things, untie her, get him garbage bags. I didn't respond. I can remember it now being very hazy. I could hear his voice but couldn't understand the words or make my appendages function. I watched silently as he spread out cut up garbage bags and rolled her off the bed onto them. He wrapped her up and duct taped it and handed me the stuffed animal, instructing me to wash it. I couldn't move. He grabbed my shoulders and roughly pushed me to the sink, prepared the soapy water, and shoved the toy and my hands into it. I just stood there as he headed outside to dig the grave. That's where we're going to stop reading the book for this part of the transcripts that I'm showing today. You can see that the next chapter is called Captivity, and you're going to find out today that that chapter is going to be a fucking lie too. So that is all that we need to see from the book, and we are going to get ready to go into, yes, finally, the transcripts. Let me get rid of everything else and make sure that everything's lined up right for you guys. I am sorry that you had to hear all that. I tried to not say it in such words, but there's really no other way to say all the shit that she wrote. So I'm very sorry. I know that's hard to hear. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you, Roberta. I am so very sorry. that happened to you. I cannot even fathom the person I love killing me, knowing that they're killing me, strangling me. Like, just, it's so... Okay. All right, here we go. Let me get it to the place that I need it to be, because there's a lot of jumping around that we're going to do. I'm using certain parts of the transcripts for this first half of what we're doing, and then I will use more of them as I need to use them as I receive more information. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go into is when the attorney was explaining things that were going to happen through the day and speaking to the jury, doing some jury instructions. I found this very interesting. I know I need to pull it up for you, and I'm going to do that now. Okay, guys, so here we go. This is going into the information that I received. Again, the highlighted parts are what I'm going to be using for this stream, and I will be using other parts of it as I need to. Perfect. That's going to work perfect. I'll still be able to see my notes and you can see everything. Perfect. 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 Okay. So here we go. This is the first thing that I want to read. And I want to make sure you guys know a lot of the names and testimonies that you're going to hear about in these statements, I have already requested from the transcription, whatever she's called, the court clerk, whoever types them, the court clerk's secretary, whatever. I've already requested the testimonies that are referred to in these part of the transcripts. So I want everyone to know that. That's why I said this is going to be months-long series, because I'm going to have to go back and forth with the court getting the information I need. So here we go. Remember, this is the attorney, Kenneth's attorney. Okay, that's who's speaking in this particular part. Remember, Dr. Rayo can't give an opinion as to the time of death or exclude the possibility of more than one assailant during the strangulation. This was the first part that I got to that was something about the possibility of another assailant being in there. Like, everything up to here was pretty much about Kenneth's character. This is where they first started getting into the actual murder. So that is huge. Dr. Rayo, in their testimony, said that they could not rule out the possibility of more than one assailant during Roberta's strangulation, meaning that Mary was not necessarily out in the truck waiting for him the way that she says she was. That's important because while the act itself is first-degree murder, the circumstances leading up to the act is something that I would ask each and every one of you to pay careful attention when you go back and talk about justice and the complete truth in this case. You recall Dr. Rayo testifies that there were no fingerprints on Miss Law's neck or other parts of her body, and therefore there is no manual strangulation which may be considered more cruel than ligature. Ligature means when you use a rope, a cord, something other than your hands to strangle somebody. That is what ligature marks are. Dr. Rayo couldn't define the exact amount of force used for the strangulation. Dr. Rayo couldn't define the duration of the strangulation. That's important when the state... Oh, no, I don't want to keep reading there. I'm going to go forward a little bit. Okay. I think the evidence will show, and it already has shown a lot in the guilt phase of remorse in the control call. Please, 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 I need to see you. Please, please, Mary, please. While the act itself may be premeditated, the circumstances surrounding the act is what I am asking each of you to focus on when each of you individually vote and fashion what you think is the appropriate recommendation for Judge Skinner. Remorse is shown in the emails to Mary Barone. Remember Mary Barone emails that Miss Bedell read into the record unrefuted by Mary Barone, the other participant in this case? We will have Miss Bedell's testimony and her reading the emails in. That is another thing that has been requested. Like, I can't stand to be without you. Mary writes back, well, you need to do it. You need to do it or I will take care of it. Words to that effect. So there's our first mentioning again of the emails with Mary. I'm going to read that paragraph again. Remorse is shown in the emails to Mary Barone. Remember Mary Barone emails that Miss Bedell read into the record unrefuted by Mary Barone, the other participant in this case? Like, I can't stand to be without you. Mary writes back, well, you need to do it. You need to do it or I will take care of it. Words to that effect. So, Mary, whenever you say things like this, let me find this clip. Hang on, guys. I have to pull this clip up because I want to know. She says that she didn't want anybody gone. She said that to us several times. Ooh. I'm so sorry. I just hit my sound thing. She said to us that she didn't know that she was triggering Kenneth. Here, let me open this up for you. Because now I'm really curious as to what she possibly could have meant. And that's only one thing. We're not even, that's nothing. What you've heard so far is nothing. Nothing compared to what you are going to hear. Let me bring this up. This is a clip from when Mary was doing her smug thing and trying to explain stuff away. Let's take a listen to this. After you just saw that. You take care of it or I will. I will do it myself. She said that. I will do it myself if you do not take care of it. And it's not the only time she said that in emails. But let's hear this. Let's hear the sob story she gave. Here, trying to write it off.
In court, in the court paperwork, they're going to come up with and say that the defense attorney said that I triggered him. That if he was a gun, I pulled the trigger. I don't know how I triggered him. I didn't intend to trigger anybody. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't want anybody dead.
Then what does that mean? What does that fucking mean, Mary? How can you say this? You didn't want anyone dead? Then what were you going to take care of yourself? And this is only one thing, like I said, Mary. It's full of this shit. The transcripts are full of it. I can't even imagine what we're going to hear when we have the actual testimony and not just what's being referenced in this. Oh, that pisses me off so bad. I didn't want anyone dead. Stop it. You liar.
Leave him.
How dare you write a book?
Multiple times I tried to leave him. You read the court documents and you still told lies that I was more involved than even the court documents said I was.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is the only thing we're ever going to deal with again on this case, Mary. I don't want to hear another word of explanation from you. Not a fucking word. Go draw your nature pictures and do your thing. Please.
Because fine, you want to say that I triggered him. That's possible. I have mental illnesses. I trigger people easily, and I don't even always realize that I've done it. Because I'll say things or do things. I hurt myself sometimes, and that triggers people. And I'm not trying to trigger other people by doing that. It's just, it's my existence.
Hey,
That's why I keep myself locked away
taking care
from
of
other
business.
people now. Because I'm aware that my very existence is triggering to others. If we're going to stay with the gun metaphor and say that I'm the murderer because I pulled a trigger, who loaded the gun?
You.
Who bought it? Who cocked it? Who aimed it? There's a whole lot of things you have to do with a gun before you can kill somebody. You can pull a trigger on an unloaded...
If it weren't for you, Roberta Laws would still be alive today. I can say that now with 100% certainty. I do not need to say alleged. If you did not exist, Roberta Laws would be alive today. Period.
Gun all day long, and nothing will happen. You can pull a trigger on a gun that's not aimed at anybody, and you won't hit anybody.
You aimed it.
You can pull the trigger on a gun that's not cocked, and you're not going to do anything.
I can't believe she even said this now.
When you're saying that I'm responsible because I just pulled the trigger.
The fucking... Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Mary. Let's continue, shall we, guys? I want to know what she meant by that. If you're watching, Mary, I would love to know what that meant now. Because I don't know what else. What are the words? Well, you need to do it. You need to do it or I will take care of it. Words to that effect. Let's continue. Roberta's last words. I need to get to the right spot. Nellie. Okay. This is big. Big, 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 big. This is Mr. Smith, who was Kenneth's boss at the car wash where Kenneth worked. Okay. So what this proves, let me get to the part that I want. Okay. And Mr. Smith, did Mr. McBride work for you? Yes, sir. And do you recall when he worked for you? November of 2009, I guess. November is when he started. Okay, shortly before his arrest, which his arrest, as you guys probably know, was April 1st of 2010. Mary told us that she was held captive, and as you know, that was never mentioned in the court, or I haven't seen her being held captive. They didn't charge Kenneth for that. They didn't try to make that an aggravator. Nothing. No mention of it. Kenneth had a job. Kenneth was working at this car wash from November on. Roberta was killed on February 23rd, right? February 23rd? Yes, February 23rd is when she was killed. So yes, he had a job while she was saying that she was held captive. Kenneth was working. There's another thing that doesn't correlate with her saying that she was held captive for 5 weeks in one of the emails as well, coming up. And there we go. Oh no, that's what we just read. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. I'm new to whatever this is. Adobe. I'm new to using Adobe. Okay, now this is interesting as well. This is interviewing one of the people, his coworkers, and like another supervisor of his. And I thought this was interesting. Talking about Kenneth, by the way. Did he have any physical problems when he was working for you? Was he able to carry out all the duties and functions of both a manager and assisting in washing cars? Because he got promoted. Kenneth got promoted eventually. And then the man said he was slow sometimes after he did what he could after the incident happened. I guess he got a little down, but that's understandable. Talking about him killing Roberta. Did he voluntarily leave your employee? Yes, sir. And did he give you a reason for voluntarily leaving your employee? The stress. The stress? Yes, sir. Did he ever inform you that a girlfriend had died? Yes, sir. So he told them that he had to leave work because a girlfriend had died. He told them that he was quitting. He told you that he wanted to leave because the girlfriend had died. He went when he came in one morning and told me that she had died and he was going to take her to have her buried and this and that and funeral service up north. But he didn't say at the time, he didn't say that he was leaving. It was later on down. So he was saying he was going to have to leave because his girlfriend had died and he needs to go bury her. And that was all prior to him being arrested, wasn't it? Yes, sir. No further questions. And then the other attorney redirects and examines and says,
Look,
Mr.
here's my
Smith.
pussy. Give me money.
It's not muted right now, apparently. Donis, Al, stop apologizing. You're doing great. Much love to you and know how hard this has been for you. Thank you, Donis. You're such a wonderful supporter. A member for 14 months. Longtime member. Living Lovely, you got a membership from someone. I know your name wasn't green when you first came in. I'm so glad. Hey, David DiDominici. Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying yourselves as well, all things considered. I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing. It gets much better. Trust me. This is all very mellow compared to what we're leading up to. Okay. Mr. Nelson asked you about him being down after the incident happened about his girlfriend or something like that. Was he down when he came to work and the incident happened? Did he seem like just not the same person anymore? He was in tears when he came and told me, he couldn't keep himself together. He was breathing real heavy and everything. Okay, fair to say it affected him? Yeah. Fair to say that's why he didn't work there anymore? I don't recall that. That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you, sir. And then I also found interesting down here at the bottom, he said, did he tell you what state he was going to bury her in? And they answered New York. And that just surprises me. They were in Florida, and I don't know why he told them. Like, maybe he was planning on running up north with Mary, like leaving Florida and they just never got to go. I don't know, but I found that interesting nonetheless. All right. Here we go. Now we're going to be getting into some crazy shit. Okay, so this is also whenever the defense attorney is talking to the jury. And he's trying to explain to them why Kenneth shouldn't be put to death. He is trying to convince the jury that Kenneth doesn't deserve to be put to death, but given life in prison. So that's what he's talking about here, giving jury instructions, closing arguments. Remember what we talked about that in jury selection. The fact that he pled guilty to first-degree murder doesn't mean it's automatic. In fact, we talked about that, and the fact that he had pled to a premeditated murder doesn't mean that. But I would ask you to think about the circumstances surrounding the act itself. And the last thing that Miss Roosh said, that he's a follower, meaning Kenneth is a follower. Miss Roosh was his teacher, I believe, like a principal at one of his schools. They pulled some people out of the woodwork to talk about Kenneth, let me tell you. It was ridiculous. Remember the emails. Here we go, guys. February 18th, 2009 from Broken Angel. And as you know, Broken Angel is our Mary, Adrasdea. We know who Broken Angel is. I love you too. That's why we have to get rid of her so we can be together. Here we go, Mary. You wanted the truth. I'm reading it straight from the paper. Broken Angel, also Mary Barone, February 18th at 5:02 p.m., a couple hours later. Okay, I want to take care of it myself, though. I could do it before you even get home. You wouldn't have to do anything. I can take care of it myself. I just want her gone. I don't care how it happens. That was at 5:02 p.m. 5:33, 30 minutes later, Broken Angel, Mary Barone writes again. Okay, I don't want to make you upset and cause a fight, though. That's why I just want to do it myself. That's Mary Barone, somebody who wasn't charged, somebody who walked in and out of this courtroom. And as Miss Bedell pointed out in closing argument, if he was a loaded gun, she pulled the trigger. That doesn't lessen what Kenneth McBride did, and what I would argue that the heat of passion or an unreasonable impulse control or being led, like Miss Roosh said, that doesn't excuse it. And he will have every day for the rest of his life, his natural life, to think about what he did to the lady who he loved. But make no mistake about it, and when you decide whether he should be put to death, think about Broken Angel and her responsibility and her accountability in this case. All right, we're going to move on a little bit. It gets crazier, trust me. You heard from Lieutenant or Captain Waugh. I submit to you that many folks, that's a living hell for him. And if you think he is manipulative and a control freak, it will be a living hell. He's talking about Kenneth's experience in prison is going to be a living hell. Think about that, and I ask you to think about that. But think about Mary Barone, Broken Angel, when she wrote March 21st, 2009, her last email. Our secret is safe. Our secret is safe. March 21st was 9 days before Mary went to the police and told them that Kenneth McBride did this while she was allegedly being held captive with a fucking laptop and a fucking guy that was working at a car wash hours a day. It is right here in black and white, Mary. March 21st, 2009. Our secret is safe. Our secret is safe. And you want me to fucking think that you had to do that because you were held captive? You had to text him at work from your phone and email? You couldn't have fucking gotten out while he was at work for hours, but you write in your book that a dog came and laid on the couch with you and it told you to go and that you'd be safe? Are you fucking kidding me, Mary? Oh, how dare you ever say that I've ever lied about you? How dare you? Shame on you. So that's huge. March 21st, and I can also prove that because Mary's all about proof. Let me open up the arrest report here. I can do it in the same tab, so that's easy peasy. I'm going to pop over to the chat in just a second. Sorry, guys, I'm on a roll. I knew this was going to be an intense part of this. So right here, you guys can see this. All right. Let me get to the right part of it because I think I have to scroll down. What do you... Sky, she spent no time in prison. They took her to a woman's abuse shelter after she told about Kenneth committing the murder. And she ran away from there and caused so many problems that they ended up just taking her back to her Mima's house until she testified. I believe that she gave her testimony in exchange for not going to prison or anything. I believe that was something that was discussed with her now. AP, I think I just made jizz. I told you, AP. She was not waiting in the car. She was not fucking held captive for 5 weeks after. Oh, yes, I'm supposed to be showing that. Sorry. Reading about AP making some jizz. On March 31st, 2009, information was received from St. Johns County Sheriff's Office in reference to one Mary Margaret Barone giving information about a potential homicide. March 31st, 2009. Click over to the transcript.
Look, here's my
March
pussy.
21st.
Give me money.
March 21st, 2009. Miss Cleo has been a member for 1 month. Adrasdea life status currently. Well, I still have it at alive, but there's no telling if she's watching this. Ho, 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 ho. AP. Oh, I can just see you. Hey, JJ. So good that you're here. So good to have you here. Yeah. What one can I play that's the most ridiculous? Yeah.
Because killing somebody just to find out that it didn't make you feel better is a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Isn't it? Isn't it, Mary? Such a hard thing to learn the hard way. You would know. Okay. Let's continue. That is not all. And he went on to say, I don't want to cause trouble. This is the defense attorney talking. You know defense attorneys. They'll say whatever. I don't want to cause trouble or get in trouble when you think about what Miss Roosh said and about that 15-year-old, even 12 or 13-year-old, the loner. He didn't have many friends, but he could be led pretty darn easily. So Miss Roosh, as I said, was a principal and taught Kenneth when he was a child. And she explained that he was easily led by the other children. If they wanted him to fight with someone, all they had to do was say, hey, get in a fight with this person and we'll be your friend. So that's what they're referring to, that Kenneth has been easily led since childhood. But I wouldn't take, that's just the defense attorney yapping to the jury, trust me. It doesn't matter what Kenneth was whenever he was 12 or 13, because when he was a grown man, he molested a child that was under 12 that he was supposed to be caring for. He did a custodial, whatever it's called, custodial molestation. So he's a piece of shit all around. Anyways, let's continue. Think about that circumstance surrounding the act itself in proportionality to the act when on the controlled call that he didn't even know was being recorded. He begs, pleads, I will come get you. Remember that? That's in evidence. Everything you heard in the guilt phase, you will have to take back with you in a few minutes. Please, I will come get you, Mary. Please, I will come get you, baby. The third time, you tell me where you are at. I will come get you right now. Number 4. Oh, please, baby. 5th time. Please, just 6th. I love you, baby, and I hold on to this. This will change you. I knew it would. Number 7. 7th time. Yes, I am not going to lie to you. I feel guilty about what happened, but I did it because I love you. This is Kenneth talking to Mary during the controlled call with the police. Mary had to get him to say that he murdered Roberta on the phone. And he talked to her about it freely. You think if he had any inclination that she went to the police, he would be talking about what happened and the murder? Like, no, they'd probably had fights already. And he said, come back, baby, just come back. But eventually it wasn't good enough for Mare. It just wasn't good enough. And she decided to go be a snitch. What was the motivation behind this act? That's just as important as the act itself. It's more important. The motivation was some distorted love from what outwardly would appear to be a normal kid. That's the motivation. And the emails, I love you, baby. The 8th, number 8, The 8th time he tells you, remember that call. Please, please let me come get you tonight. I love you. Number 9, come get me, baby. Please. 10, why? Why are you doing this to me? This is McBride talking to Mary Barone. Says, I do love you. I'm just scared. The 12th time, please let me come see you. 13th, please, baby, please. 14th, please come, let me get you. Let me hold you, make everything right. 15, yeah, well, I know things ain't been right, but please. He goes on, and he goes on. This next part, AP, be ready to have a second jizz, because this next part is my favorite part. A legal professional, not just some reporter or anything like that, legal professional refers to Mary as the unindicted co-conspirator. I'm going to read it and then explain. Justification. Give it a little weight. Why? Because of the lack of sophistication. I mean, picture this in your minds. The guy is rummaging through the kitchen after he gets these emails and calls from Mary Barone, unindicted co-conspirator, unindicted, buying the shovel after the fact. Buying the shovel, not a very sophisticated plan. Didn't have all his weapons of destruction laying there ready. Unindicted co-conspirator. Look at what that means. I will show you what unindicted co-conspirator means. Because I looked it up. And look at this. I'm sorry, I have to get it opened up for you, but it's coming. I am on a roll now. That was my favorite part of this whole thing. Okay. A unindicted co-conspirator, if you search that term, federal grand jury indictments and reports typically refer to people as unindicted co-conspirators if they allegedly conspired with others to commit a crime but are immunized from prosecution in exchange for their testimony, previously pled guilty, or are ill, dead, or unknown. Unindicted co-conspirator. That is huge. That is huge. You can't just say that. You can't just say that out loud and defame somebody and say that they are the unindicted co-conspirator. He just said it right there. Mary was in on this and helped him with it. She just wasn't indicted on it. Oh, what a lovely tea party. Yes, Adonis. Oh, what a lovely tea party this is. Like, and she was there. She was there. Mary, you were there. You didn't remember any of this? Maybe she seriously doesn't remember. She's lied for so long that the lies have covered up the truth. I think that can happen. I think mentally ill people can convince themselves after they lie so much, like pathologically. Whew, I told you, folks. I told you this was no fucking joke. I told you. And this is one day. We have 1 day of this trial. 1 day is all I have so far. I have 4 other FOIAs now requested of different days of the trial. It's a learning process too. I'm very sorry that I didn't get everything at once, but for me to get everything I needed would be thousands of dollars. Like, I have to now only get what I need rather than requesting entire days and getting things I don't need. Thank God things were redacted. That saved my fucking dumbass. But it is a learning process doing this. And now I know better and I know exactly what I need to ask people for. And yeah, so there's more coming. But yeah, this is just one piece of it. So there's so much more. There's so much more. Okay, let's go on. Again, talking about not being able to exclude there being more than one assailant. He says, so with that, let's talk about mitigation that you may have heard today and in the guilt phase of the case. And you consider 2 parts among the mitigating circumstances the judge will tell you you are to consider. You may consider an aspect of the offense, which is the circumstance of the offense that would mitigate against the imposition of the death penalty, and the guilt phase we heard about the medical examiner. Remember, she can't exclude the possibility of more than one perpetrator. And why am I saying that's important for you to consider? Get ready, AP. Well, it's Mary Barone. That's why. That's why. That's important. The doctor can't exclude the possibility of more than one perpetrator. And why am I saying that's important for you to consider? Well, it's Mary Barone. That's why. They said this in a courtroom, people. And on this day, Mary was on Facebook saying, I want to go fucking celebrate. I got away with murder. I want to go celebrate. Fuck me. In fundamental fairness and in the heart of hearts of each of you, I hope you consider it manifestly unjust for someone who was the trigger and really pushed his buttons and led him with a leash, getting off scot-free, and then you sentence him to death. I would ask you to consider that in your heart of hearts. Guys, that fucking judge, shitty as he is and as much power as he had in his hands to get a fucking child molester off the fucking out of the world, he knew that Mary made Kenneth do this. That judge at the end of the day knew that if it were not for Mary Barone, who you just got off scot-free, literally sat in the courtroom and told everyone what she did and got let go home after she was done. She can't exclude the fact. It is bizarre that he just didn't go up behind her, that he was on the side of her and there was more trauma on one side. You listening? There was another person there. I can't hold in my fucking anger. Mary Barone is more involved than he wants to admit and that she wants to admit. There is no evidence of fingerprints on her neck, and you know why is that important? Death isn't pretty. Strangulation isn't pretty, okay? But manual strangulation is a lot worse. You would have fingerprints on there. You would have people know what is going on, more so perhaps, and a lot longer pain and suffering, but there is no evidence of that. There is ligature. There is one ligature mark, a couple of minutes of unconsciousness. I could never be a defense attorney and try to explain why someone's lucky because they got killed in one way rather than another, but it's not for everybody. She can't define the exact amount of force that was used, and she can't define the duration. It would be speculation for each and every one of you to speculate on pain and suffering on Miss Laws. Petechia can occur from a heart attack. Didn't the petechia come from the strangulation? You can't speculate as to the duration of consciousness. Okay, I think that was all I wanted to do from there. So where's our next? Ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I'm going back to the chat for a minute before I keep going because that was a pretty fucking crazy part. I don't think the judge should have been removed from the bench. He knew the death penalty wasn't warranted, and we can't give death for crime he already served time for. I know, Maureen. I know, you're absolutely right about that. You are absolutely right about that. I'm letting my emotions overcome me and not being professional about this.
Because killing somebody,
it's
just
hard.
to find out that it didn't make you feel better, it's a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
Yeah, keep saying it. We know, Mayor. I know it's not much, but please put it towards transcript costs. Thank you for all your efforts. Absolutely, Donis. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I will, because this is going to be my mission going into 2024. Is to get all my questions answered because I have more than I did before I started. I have more questions. Spicy Senorita, thank you for lighting candles for Roberta. Thank you all. Chuck Norris Gun Club, a trial is about what can be proven. Yes. Proven without a shadow of a doubt. Or what do they say? Proven without a shadow of the doubt? I don't know what the saying is.
Killing somebody just to find out that it didn't make you feel better.
It is, K. Petty.
It's a hell of a thing to learn the hard way.
JJ Lynn for 2. You're doing great. Thank you, JJ Lynn. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have all you here. Thank you. JJ, what they're saying is there would be more damage if Kenneth did it, but it was weak and barely did it, indicating Mary. I mean, how many times did we just read that she said she'd just take care of it herself? Did he completely take the fall? I don't know. Did he help her? I don't know. I don't know. But it was her birthday present. That's what I do know. I know that this was looked at by both of them as her birthday present, and that makes me even more sick. A handicapped woman died for a mentally ill woman's birthday. Like, it's so senseless. There's just no, there's no closure. There's never going to be closure, but there will be truth. Hey, behind blue eyes, the Dude Brothers. So good to see you. Whew. All right. Another drink and let's go. We're going to power through the rest of these. There's more. But wait, there's more. As always. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry it's a bunch of reading, but that's what it is. Transcripts. All right. We're right up here now. Ladies and gentlemen, something ain't right. Okay. For him to do this. You know, maybe one day down the road, we have gene mapping right now. We can find out if you're going to have premature baldness in the gene. They will find out if you are going to have a boy or a girl from genes. I predict one day they'll be able to tell us.
Pussy. Give me money.
What we are going to do to be predisposed for, which would be nice if you could know if somebody's at risk for being a murderer. That'd be great. They can't do it yet, but I suggest to you that while the plea and the charge of first-degree murder, the circumstances surrounding the act were not such that he was in charge. Something didn't click in there, or if it did, it was warned immensely by Mary Barone. So if he did have any thoughts that maybe it wasn't okay to do this, that got immediately dismissed by Mary. Oh, who was that? Let me get to it real quick in between paragraphs. Baba, member for 3 months. Mary may have escaped prison, but she will never escape thousands reminding her we know she's a guilty monster. That is right. That is right. This has been a long time coming. It has. And it's, like I said, hashtag justice for Roberta. It's been way too long. And yes, Roberta didn't have anybody that wanted to speak up so loudly. You know what I mean? Mary's right about that. It's hard to speak up about stuff like this. So let me do that for them. I'm happy to do that for the people that did know and love Roberta. Clearly they did from what we read at the beginning. Those statements were beautiful to read. I am so glad that I got those in the first batch. Hardcore. You got this, Al. Keep up the hard work. Thank you, Hardcore. Thank you for your support. Mwah. Thank you, everyone that has joined and the gifted memberships and Chase with the 250. You are incredible. Thank you so much. That is such a huge help to me. You have no idea. No idea. Okay. He assisted. Okay, this is talking about Kenneth again. He assisted other inmates. He assisted the Clay County Sheriff's Office. The circumstances of the offense, I suggest the motivation for the crime was a distorted love under an extreme emotional distress of Mary Barone, Dark Angel.
Because killing somebody just to find out that it
Thank you again, Hardcore.
It's a hell of a thing to learn.
So he just called her Dark Angel during his closing, and her name was Broken Angel on her email, but he said Dark Angel under an extreme emotional distress of Mary Barone, Dark Angel. And I think that's fitting that he slipped up and said Dark Angel instead of Broken Angel. I think that's very fitting. You know, it has been said before, there is a lid for every pot, okay? For every man, there is a woman. There is a husband and a wife, okay? And that's true, and I believe that is true. The problem with the lid that he had with Mary Barone is when she turned that pot of boiling water up on that stove, it boiled over, and that's an analogy I would like you to think about when you go back there. I'm sorry, we need a light moment. This guy's piling on. I'm going to need boots and a shovel is what I'm saying. And oh my gosh, no pun intended. Oh dear. But I am in fact going to need a shit shovel if he keeps going on like this. That's an analogy. I'm going to have to think about that one because that was a terrible analogy. But whatever. You go, defense attorney. He really was trying for his client. I'll give him that. It truly was an emotional crime, and I know he pled to first-degree murder, but if you look at those facts surrounding the case, he didn't try to flee. It was a relative onset of unconsciousness. He admitted his involvement, and he is accountable for what he has done. Good for you, weirdo. So go back there, weigh the evidence, sift through it all, look at the documents, and then you've got to decide, are the aggravators proven? If there are, have the mitigators. If they are, do the aggravators outweigh the mitigators? I suggest to you, if you really consider in your heart of hearts this crime, the mitigators really do outweigh that one impulsive moment in his bizarre mind where he thought because of Mary Barone, he would do this. And that might be my last one that I brought on. Yes, that is the last one that I brought on for this episode. So let me click back over here and move this. Whew, can we all take a breath? Exactly an hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty much what I wanted to stretch out and make sure that I had a good long show for everybody. So, all right, now I just want to know, what are your thoughts on all this? As I said, let me get my notes here. As I said, I already have requests in for Dr. Bayo, the teacher, the teacher of Kenneth, because I want to know more about him being led. It sounds like they went pretty deep into that. Mary's testimony, which what I mean when I say this is like a learning process, I didn't know that there was a two phases of the trials, like what is it called? A defense, or no, the penalty phase and the something else stage. I didn't know there were two. I didn't know that they literally do closing arguments for one and closing arguments for the other phase. I didn't know that. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. So that is why I don't have everything I thought I would. But technically, I kind of got more at the same time, because it told me about all these different separate testimonies that happened and gave the information summed up in the closing argument. So I think that was great to start the series out with. And now we're going to go back from everything that we've heard and go and flip through all of that individually now. So I think that was a great place to start. Now I know exactly what I'm asking for, what dates. I have a better working relationship with the clerk that does these records now. So I think it's going to be much easier from here on out. And I think this was a great start. I really do. What's really nuts, Spirit says, what's really nuts is how they tried to take out 2 insurance claims on both buildings, claiming it was a double event to get more insurance payout. Are you talking about 9/11 in the chat? That's so funny that that's the chat I decided to read. JJ Lynn, I hope you have a happy new year, Alan chat. Yes. What do you guys cook for New Year's? I am going to be making my pork roast, my hot dogs, sauerkraut, mashed potatoes, and artichoke spinach dip, warm spinach and artichoke dip with homemade hot rolls. That's what I make every New Year's. It's requested of me every New Year's. Thank you for being here, Stupid Round Out. AP, such an honor to have you in the chat the entire time. What? Nuh-uh.
Because killing somebody
What?
just to find out that
shit,
it didn't make you feel better.
Hold on. Are you serious, AP?
It's a hell of a thing to learn.
About what? AP just said that Mary's live right now. Is she responding? Adrasdea is at the beach. Good. Good. Seriously, guys, this is not for Mary. I know exactly what she's doing right now. And you know what? This proves everything that I have said about her up until this point. It just proves. She is running, as she always does, running as far and as fast as she can. See how quickly she's able to do things and go out all of a sudden? See how not afraid? Here, I'm going to bring it up. How not afraid of everything she is. Adrasdea is at the beach, and she wants us to know it. Cringe walk. That's right. Take your fucking walk of shame, bitch. Take your walk of shame. Take a long walk down Hollywood Boulevard and feel the shame. You have lied to people long enough. What? Are you waiting for someone else to talk? What? Say something, Mary. Is she really just like walking around with a body cam and not speaking? She's live right now. Never again, Mary. Never again. Never. Never. You can never tell another lie about this case again. Never. Oh, Half-Light. Thank you so much, Half-Light, for gifting 10 OriginalOWL memberships.
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
Yeah.
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
Did I do that? Look at this one, guys. I didn't get to use this one because I was being serious, but this is my favorite one of all.
And that's why OriginalOWL is showing her vagina.
Look at the red shoes.
I need
Let
a
me
new pair of
pause
shoes.
her. I couldn't hear it good enough. She's not talking about anything anyways. Okay, here is who got a membership since I can actually see it this time. Jessie Cat, Crab Slap Hammer, Sky Woman, Mystic Moon, Wind Chimes, Wendy de la Luna, Phoenix Miss. You all got a Original Owl membership for a month. And we are all vultures. And Jaylyn and Kim Curtis. Good Lord. Did I get them now? Yes. Okay, I can't believe she's live. But yeah, let me remember when I put my sexy Justice for Roberta Laws photo shoot up?
And that's why Original Owl is showing her vagina.
And that's why Original Owl is showing her vagina. Welcome to all the new members. Okay, let's see. What the fuck is she doing? She never goes live, by the way. Ever. Oh, I need to stand and take a hit of my one hitter, guys. Hang on. Oh, mama's getting old. My legs are all cramped up. AP, come stretch me out. I'm kidding. He already came like 5 times. I'm going to kill the poor man. She is singing. Walking down the street singing.
It's a little too late. When you walked in, I should have walked out, but it's a little too late to do the right thing now.
She's singing It's a Little Too Late to Do the Right Thing Now. She is singing that. Wow, Mary.
Heartbreaking, and I ought to pay attention when they say those things, but it's a little too late.
What is she doing?
Well, it's a little
Is
too
she
late.
serious right now?
I know all my own buddies want to help me out, but it's a little too late to do the right thing now. Turn the jukebox up, pour some sawdust down. It's too far gone to turn this heart around. May be wrong, but I don't want out. It's a little too late to do the right thing now.
What the fuck is she? Is she serious? It's a little too late to do the right thing now. What the fuck? Wow. She is out of character. This is out of character. Trust me. She's fucking lost it. She fucking lost it.
Wait.
She has to know.
Fine. It got aggressive on that second one, didn't it? Wait. Didn't even push it that time.
She's freaking out. She's freaking out 100%.
I ain't even pushing it. It's just yelling at me now. Wait. Wait.
Rude camera. Rude.
Wait.
I cannot believe this.
I think it wants us to wait.
What is Adrasdea doing? I cannot.
Wait.
This is so out of character for her. She literally is running the train. That's right, AP.
Wait.
Close your eyes, everybody. Was that you? You turned the camera off? I'm sorry. I'll sit down.
Wait.
I can't. Yes, we finally broke her spectral, and I know that nobody in the fuck people is willing to fix Mary by any chance or stretch of the imagination. Nobody's gonna fix her.
There we go.
Even the traffic guide hates her. It's sharp in its tone. Wait. Spleen for Soul, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, love.
It's been yelling for half a block.
This is amazing. Oh yeah, don't go over to Mary's video. Don't leave me. She's doing nothing anyways. We did break her. We broke her. She's fucking walking to the beach and oh, that's a beautiful sunset. How yes. That's gorgeous. Wow, Mary. Say something. What is she gonna do? Jump in?
Ooh, that sun is bright.
Clearly she's fine. She's not anxious. What the fuck, Rock? She is reading it. Yeah, let me see. I guess like we can't see her chat. What are people saying? The down thumbs. Mary. Tasha Teeling. Someone named himself Tasha Teeling and said, I love simping for all the underdogs. That could be the real Tasha Teeling. You never know. It's a concrete beach in Babylon.
Cleaning up the chat a little bit.
Oh, Train. She doesn't have any mods to get rid of spam. Spimity spam. Is this where we can see Al's food? Yes, everyone go ask Mary. Is this where I can find a picture of Al's vagina?
Indeed. Goodbye. For 86,000 seconds.
86,000 seconds. Wow. Speechless, right, Mare? Say something. Say something.
I said I wasn't commenting on it, and I'm not commenting on it, no matter how many people attacked me about it.
She watched. Say something.
It was 15 years ago.
Well, sorry. Sorry it took me so long to get here. It was 15 years ago. Tell the truth. You wrote a book about it and lied. Tell the truth, Mary. For once in your life about something, tell the truth. Hey, buddy.
Honestly, if they weren't here.
It's not like we didn't know that she doesn't give a fuck. We knew that. We knew that she doesn't regret what she did. Insomniac has been a member for 10 months. I made it. Hoot, hoot, break. Hello, Insomniac. Hello, my love. I'm sorry my alert wasn't on. Oh, my puppy. I'm seepy. I think we're ordering pizza tonight. I said I would get off by like 5:30, so we still... She is singing. This is not normal. She's singing. This is not normal at all. Not normal behavior. You just got outed.
Died the next day.
Ew, do not sing Alanis Morissette. What's ironic about this, Mary? What's ironic about this?
Look, here's my pussy. Give me money.
Hey, Goose. Mary Guilty. Member for 3 months. Thank you, Goose. Thank you, my love. Here's my pussy. Give me money. Beth, you're still here. She is trying so hard. She never goes live, first of all. She is such a narcissist. She never goes live. She's going live right now to make sure I know that she doesn't care. When she never goes live, she tells us she's afraid to go in public. So all she's doing is making it even worse. She's making herself look like a fucking guilty-ass narcissist that doesn't care. Yes, we're singing. We're singing because that's what we do after we got all of our lies outed. You've been lying about this for like 4 years on the internet.
This is a big step, Lord. Or I got some short legs.
She's so unbothered. She's... I cannot. I cannot.
I done fucked my legs up yesterday. I don't want to fall again.
Oh, yeah. She's fallen all over the fucking place drunk all over California. You guys want to see that? Hang on. Let me pull another tab. Whoops.
Survived it.
Sorry, I hit my sound box. Okay, let me think. What did I just say? Oh, yeah. I want to go to her community tab. She's been falling down drunk, scuffing her knees. You're not going to tell me that anybody is clumsy enough as an adult to scratch up both their fucking knees. Look at this shit. It's ridiculous. Wow, I just did that. Yes, I did just do that. It's fine. That's why there's a back button. Okay, look at this. Can you even see this? Yes, you can. Great. She posted this on our community tab yesterday. Stupid back keeps tightening up. I'm having mobility issues that resulted in me falling multiple times during today's recycle walk. Mary, you're 36. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, and centers are closed Sundays, so I'm off my feet and trying to beat Zelda for the rest of the year. Send pizza money to paypal.me/Adrasdea. I mean, OriginalOWL. Asshole with their knees scuffed. No adult falls enough to scuff their fucking knees unless they are inebriated in some way. You are never going to make me believe that you just fell. Getting recycling. Are you kidding me? You were drinking. You were drunk. All right, let's see if she's still singing. I cannot believe she went live. She never goes live, ever. Ever. And she already said she's not commenting. She's singing still.
Last time we came out, I came up across that big bridge there. But because I went for a little wander around today, we came from a different direction.
Witty Widow, you would.
Okay, every time
You
I come
hate
out here, there's so
children,
many
too.
people crowding up on that
Witty
bridge.
Widow
though.
hates children, just so you know.
And it's not like
she
they're
threatened
stopping.
that she was going to
They're
have
constantly
Stewie's
moving
children
tons
molested.
of people.
A guy that like picked on
There's
her on the
just
internet.
so many people.
She said she was going to hire someone to molest his children
Dogs I'm fine with.
while she was drunk in a club, and I have it. And she copyrights it every time that I post it. Dumb bitch.
Treasure your love.
Sorry. A person I know is in Mary the Murderer's chat.
Never wanna lose it.
Ironic.
You've been through the fires of hell. And I know
JJ.
you got the ashes to prove
Those are
it.
Barstool. Yeah, that's not. She did not just fall collecting
Treasure your
recycling.
love.
There she is.
I wanna show you how to use it.
That was a good accidental press
Hold
of the
on.
button. Ew, God, brush your teeth.
I gotta turn the camera around. I don't know how it got turned. Sorry.
Yeah, you should apologize. Thank you for that.
It's true.
You're disgusting.
You're never alone, cause you can put on the phone and set
She
the
could
drum
not
and show
care
you
less.
all what to do.
She is singing carefree. Smugdrasdea, ladies and gentlemen.
There's always something magic.
AP, please send Mary a message for me, chat.
There's
Hi, Mary. It's
always
AP.
something
Welcome to the
new.
consequences we spoke of. I
The
will
problem is
see
when I put
to
the
your
phone in my
punishment. Have a
pocket,
good day, killer.
sometimes
Fitting,
buttons
AP.
get hit.
Very fitting.
And I don't know how long it was turned to face the other direction.
2 seconds, Mary. It was there for 2
I know
seconds.
not the whole time.
Relax. Nobody cares. We've all seen you.
Now I'm caring
Yeah,
because I'm
Christy
trying
Claw.
to keep
Witty
it from staring
Widow's over
directly
in
into the sun.
her chat.
Like
In Mary's chat, not my chat. She was in Mary's chat. She said, "You go, girl."
because it's fucking blinding me.
I don't know why she's over there. I'm assuming she also watched my video. And she just likes to cause trouble and be a loser. But yeah, she's over in her chat
That's when rock and roll dreams
saying nice
come
things.
true.
Niece! There's Niecy. I'm sure I did her proud. Robin, behave. Robin.
We got a little mini river here.
TT's back in the drama. Sad to say. We might talk about that tomorrow. Today was all about Mary. Yeah, I think we're going to get pizza tonight. We got pizza a couple weeks ago and it was so good. So we want to get it from the same place again. I know,
Like,
Nikki
that's food,
T.
bird.
She has an old welfare phone. Ew, she's so gross. But I'm not surprised.
Like a piece of cotton.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
A hair tie.
Because I knew she didn't care. You wouldn't write a book about and reference someone's death and try to take it from them. Like, I just can't fathom that. And we saw that Facebook post as well. She wanted to go celebrate days after she testified. As the defense attorney was still reading onto the record her begging Kenneth to take Roberta's life, she wanted to go out and celebrate. It's just pure Mary. It's no surprise whatsoever. On her government phone, on a beautiful beach. Never worked a day in her life, or not in her adult life anyways. She might have had little jobs as a teenager. Okay, you guys. I don't even want to see any more of her. I'm sure that I'll record it up here and let it go up here, but I don't want to watch it right now. I am over Mary. My stream was so much better than hers. Obviously. Okay, mouse, can you not? We got to finish this up. Oh dear, my mouse is going crazy. It's okay though, we'll fix it. All right, there we go. Oh no, it still is fucking up. Oh my gosh, you guys. It might end the stream itself. Oh dear. Hold on, I'm going to try to turn on the outro song if I can get there. Up, up, up. Slow. I don't know why my mouse isn't showing. I hope I didn't like hit a setting where my mouse doesn't show. Oh my gosh. Is that a setting? Oh, well. Well, then maybe I'll just talk you guys out instead of playing the little song because I literally cannot see my mouse right now. Something's happening. I also noticed that the number in the chat dropped, so maybe my computer's just tired. I'm trying to get my mouse to show. She has my accounts blocked, but oh, you're talking about being in Mary's chat. Yes. I cannot believe she's live. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to get this back. I literally don't. This is so embarrassing. I'm terrible. Show my mouse. Show my mouse, please. I must have pressed a button. I had to have pressed a button that makes your mouse disappear. This is awful. And it is not coming back. Oh, gross. Thank you, Rose. Yes, thank you guys all so much for being here. This was a great stream. Nothing went wrong until right now. And I don't know why something's going wrong now, but this was a great stream. There were so many of you. You guys were active in the chat. I love that. Here, I'll play this. I'll play this since it's not going to let me do anything else. I can't even do that. Oh. It won't even let me play this. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just going to have to end the stream. I hate that. Ew, that I have to end the stream like this. Oh, well, I need to go do timestamps. If I can get my mouse back, yeah, I'm just going to end it. I'm going to end it. How fitting. I'm going to take Mary's way out and just end it. Or try to. Oh, that's not it. Guys, this is going to be like the funniest end to a stream ever. I can't hit the button. Because I can't see where my mouse is at.